Good morning, guys. Thank you very much for taking time to venture out today in the weather. This is an exciting day for us because this is our, I think this is our third fresh food distribution event that we've done in East Windsor in partnership with USDA and with the Connecticut Department of Agriculture. But we're also trying to expand on our vaccine access to the community by offering Johnson & Johnson vaccines in a pop-up capacity. We have, since the outset of the pandemic, done everything as a town that we're able to do in order to be responsive to the needs of our community while we get through this. And our success has been, to the extent that we've been able to accomplish those goals, has been because of the partnerships that we've had with the state of Connecticut, with our sister agency, our sister towns in the area, with local businesses in the community like Southern Auto Auction, who owns the property where we are today. But I want to specifically give a sincere thank you and recognition to the dedicated staff in East Windsor who have largely parked a lot of other responsibilities to focus on the needs of delivering these services to our community. It's been a success, and it's been a success because of their commitment, and I just want to thank them for that. It's a great honor to have dignitaries with us here today. Our state representative is here, the Commissioner of Agriculture is here, and of course Governor Lamont. So I'd like to introduce our representative, Jamie Foster.
Hi folks, it's my pleasure to be here with everyone today. This is a moment where I feel very, very proud to represent the 57th House District. We have folks combining to meet some of the most pressing needs when it comes to the COVID pandemic, making sure that folks can be immune after their vaccination, making sure they have access to their vaccines in the communities that they live in. But of course, we've seen a stark rise in food insecurity as the pandemic has bore down on our communities. So I am so grateful for the really strong leadership out of East Windsor with First Selectman Bauza, and I'm so thankful to have Food Share here, the Commissioner of Agriculture with the Farmers to Family Food Boxes, and a special thank you to our hosts in East Windsor. I think these are the kinds of things that are really important. This is the kind of work that we need to address the pandemic. But most importantly, these are the moments that we can be proud that we've sort of worked together and we've found solutions so that we can get past this pandemic and get back to the life that we all enjoy. So I really appreciate everyone for being here today. Thanks for shining a spotlight on our community. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi everybody, Jason Jakubowski from Food Share, Connecticut Food Bank. Great to be out here today. This is a great event. Jason, we love partnering with the town of East Windsor. We have a very active hunger action team here in East Windsor, and they've been volunteering at this site for several weeks. So we appreciate that, and it's great to be out here with all of you. We have a few greater champions in the General Assembly than Representative Foster. Thank you for everything you do for us. And my partner in crime here, Commissioner Holbert, he's tremendous. Governor, I mentioned to the commissioner, things didn't end well with the czars in the old days. So we're hoping that his head doesn't end up on a platter or something like that. So, but he's done a terrific job, not just as our commissioner, but as the food czar. And Governor Lamont, thank you very much for everything that you have done for us consistently throughout this. I just came from Rentschler Field. We're continuing to give out the farmer to family food boxes that are being given out here. We have distributions all over the state of Connecticut. One good thing that I can say is we are definitely starting to see our numbers come down. They're not coming down dramatically, and we are far from out of the woods. But we are starting to see some recovery here in Connecticut, and that is a good thing. And it's because of operations like this where you're pairing vaccinations or testing with food distribution. So we're moving in the right direction, and I hope we continue to move in that direction. So, Doctor, you're next.
Good afternoon, everybody. There's so many people I have to thank. The inception of the idea was in town of Vernon. Here we are in East Windsor, giving vaccines to folks as they come. I only have one message as a physician, as a person who lives in the community. Please get vaccinated. It is perfectly safe. I've had vaccinations. Anybody in my family, everybody in my family has had a vaccination. So that is my only message. Please get vaccinated. We can only get through this together. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us today. It's really special to be here, and I think we all have started with thanks. We need to thank
our nonprofit partners like Food Share Food Bank, our community partners like the town, our business partners across the state like Southern New England Auction, but also the volunteers who have showed up day in and day out for 13 months to make sure that members of their community had access to food. It's tremendous every single day to hear about events like this, and recognizing that the pandemic will be declining in its impact in Connecticut, but there will still be a lag. We very much appreciate Governor Lamont keeping in the ARPA, recognizing the need for food access. And so, as Secretary McCall announced earlier this week, there's $1 million in the ARPA to support food pantries and the food banks in Connecticut to continue these efforts to make sure that Connecticut residents have access to food as they deal with the recovery of the pandemic. It's a tremendous amount of money that will go very far, but it's the thanks to the organizations like we have here today to make sure that it's actually being distributed and getting into the families that need it. And with that, I'll turn it over to Governor Lamont for his comments.
I'll only add, don't listen to Senator Rand Paul, listen to Dr. Rand Paul when he tells you how important it is to get vaccinated, and it makes a difference. Our infection rates continue to go down as our vaccination rates continue to go up. And Jason, this is what a partnership is all about. You know, the big mass vaccination centers where everybody is, hitting the refresh button, trying to be first in line. Right now we have to work harder to convince people how important it is to get vaccinated, make it easier to for people to get vaccinated. When you come right here, you get some food for those who are food insecure. We got this available for you, no cost. Food Share has been an incredible partner for the state of Connecticut, for each and every one of us here for a long time. And the folks, able to get you a vaccine, you can choose J&J, Pfizer, whatever might be available. Please come and tell your friends, and tell your friends of friends to do it. We had the folks here from Vernon as well. They were saying they're going to the high schools, say, look, get vaccinated. We want to have a really nice prom coming up. We want to have a nice graduation. If you all get vaccinated, it's going to make it a lot easier to do. Look, we are getting through this together. Every day it gets a little better. May 1st, we're going to be able to open up for, outdoor, have a bar, have a drink, have a meal. If you're with friends and you're vaccinated, no need to wear the mask if it's not too crowded. This is how we do it, one step at a time. And I really want to say, next Wednesday, if you're here, you can get a really great antique car. And at the same time, you get your food, and at the same time, you get your vaccine. Thanks, everybody.
And Governor, we mentioned, Jason mentioned the numbers kind of dropping at these food sites. How does that make you feel? The number of people coming through these sites for food?
Well, we were hearing the same thing, that the numbers of people coming in for vaccines is down maybe 15%, and the number of folks coming in to get food is down about the same amount. I think vaccines, because we've been able to do a lot, and we've got, 70% of our adult population has been vaccinated, or darn close to it. When it comes to food, I think it's been helpful in terms of the American Rescue Plan. I think that made a difference in terms of food insecurity. But we're not out of the woods. We're not out of the woods. You know, we've got some of the support we're getting from the federal government, support from the state government, support from our incredible volunteers over here, but it's going to take a little bit longer. Thanks, everybody.
And Governor, unrelated, but talking about the religious exemption bill yesterday, can you just comment on that and these protests, or the lawsuits that are going as well?
Here we are talking about vaccinations. Here we are saying vaccinations are incredibly effective, incredibly safe, and I'm doing everything I can to encourage people to get vaccinated. So I don't think that protest a couple days ago at the Capitol, everybody stirring up concerns about vaccinations, was particularly helpful at all. What was the other question?
And the lawsuits calling this unconstitutional, violation of rights. What do you say to those?
Everybody's too quick to sue in our society. What I love is I see the partnership here, people together, helping us get through this pandemic together. We've made incredible progress as a state in the country, and hopefully as a world. I got to say, it was about time we helped up the people of India. I thought that was so important, belated and done, and because we are in this together.
Another big story yesterday was the Bureau investigation coming down at Eversource and UI. We had Attorney General Wood Kong speak out. Any comment on that from you?
PURA, which is the regulatory board that oversees Eversource, United Illuminating, they're the guys that deliver electricity. You know, we had ICEA, that was a terrible storm. Outages went on for, you know, days, weeks, and we realized this is a life-giving electricity. It's not just about turning on your lights. So I think PURA was strict, they were strong, I think they did the right thing. And it's called performance-based regulation, which means you do a really good job, you get an outsized return. You don't do such a good job, you don't get that same rate of return. I hope that gives you an incentive to do better next time.
One more.
The question was people getting their unemployment check. I know we've loaded up on the folks who can answer phone calls for you. I think we've done a much better job of getting unemployment checks out. So I'll have to check in terms of whether there's some conflicts or issues out there that are slowing up for some people. It's a long way of saying I got to look into it.